guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for the launch of my Christmas 2022 Christmas kit. It is called Silent Night. I did do a bit of a kind of little preview of a couple of the pages on my mass making video. But yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a, look at the kit, and then we'll do a craft along, and then I will probably then kind of do the rest off camera and, hopefully get them finished having them in my advent calendar series. So I'm going to just move all these bunch of yummy goodies that I just like to put on there because they just look so scrummy. And excuse me, and then we will have a look at the kit. Now, just have to apologise for this little piece of paper. I've already obviously been using one of those, so let me just move that out of the way. Right, okay, so this is the kit. Now, as with most of my newer kits, it's for sale in two parts. So you've got the background pages and you have the ephemera part of the kit. Obviously that just makes it, much more affordable, hopefully, for people who don't want to have to buy, a ginormous great big kit. They just want to buy, one part or the other. And it's all for sale, obviously, in my Etsy shop, and you get PDF version and you also get the JPEG version, because I know that obviously, different people like different versions. So I'm going to just run you through. So these are the background pages that you will get. So we've got this one. Now this has been printed, this piece has been printed on photo quality paper, ready for the project that I'm going to be doing. But and when I say paper, it's 200 GSM it may be. So it's much thicker than a sort of copy paper, thickness. So that is the first page. You get these. Now this has all been printed on just normal paper, and when I say normal paper, it is slightly thicker than copy paper. I think this could be, I think this is 100 GSM. So yeah, it's thicker than copy paper, but it's not kind of substantially thicker than copy paper. So I will just run you through these sheets. Okay, so this is another one of the pages. I can't remember how many pages you get all together, but obviously they're all here. This one here with the 3 kings and things. So obviously this is a Christmas story themed kit, intermingled with the gorgeous kind of woodland Christmas animals. I don't know why I say they're Christmas animals. They're not really Christmas animals, but with the deer and things. So yeah, and the little birds and things like that. So we've got a bit of nativity mixed in with the gorgeous kind of woodland animals. Then you get this one. So you've got sort of a mixture of obviously much more decorative papers and then some plainer papers as well, which is always nice to kind of have a mix of the two, because it just makes it, a bit easier when you come to use them. This one here. This one here, which I just absolutely love it, with the camels and the wise men and things. Obviously the lovely nativity scene there, and then obviously the little deer down at the bottom. This one with Mary and Jesus, and then this one here with Mary and Joseph, obviously, and the manger and everything else going on. So yeah, very pretty kit, and yeah, really hopefully going to make some lovely projects. Now that's the background pages. The ephemera part of the kit, unfortunately these are now all out of sync. They're not now in order, but you will get a couple of pages of journal cards. So these are the journal cards that you will get. You will get these pretty journal cards here. Then you will get a page with some tags, and then some little pieces that you can then, cut out to use as fussy cuts. Some bows and things, and some frames. This one here saying snow is falling. Then this one here with some more little bits and pieces. This one here with, again, those same lovely bits saying kind of snow is falling and things. And then you've got some banners here, and then you've got some more journal cards, but landscape this time. This one here, which is what I would describe as like a stationery page. So these pretty pieces, which I have printed these on, I've printed the whole ephemera kit onto that 200 GSM photo quality, sort of more like card. These actually, in hindsight, if I was, you know, using these as stationery, I would have printed these on copy paper thickness, but you know, yeah, they're fine. We can use them for something. This is one of your fussy cut pages. So you've got lots of different bits that you can make, you know, snippet rolls and clusters and various little bits and pieces. So a mix of things there. And then you've got this page with some of the gorgeous faux postage stamps. Again, another one of those snow is falling in the frame. And then this one with the special handling labels. And then here you've just got these little frames, which you've got these ones here, which are more square. These ones here, which are oval. This one has got, obviously in the middle one, it's got, you know, an image of the deer. But these ones I've left plain so that you can decorate those up kind of as you wish with maybe some of the fussy cut pieces and things like that. So, and obviously, you know, you could always print these 2 to a page and things so that you have shrunk down pieces. So for instance, you know, you may want to print this full size and then print, you know, one of the pages with some fussy cut pieces. Say for instance, these 2 pages side by side like that, printed 2 to a page. And that will be a setting on your printer settings. So yeah, that's kind of the ephemera part of the kit. Now I'm going to move the cloth out of the way and we'll just kind of do a bit of a project. And like I say, I will probably then, you know, have to finish it off in kind of slow time really. Only because, you know, it sometimes is sort of quicker really to, you know, to just be able to kind of get on and do it. And then I can do it kind of, you know, any time of day and things. I'm not dependent on the lighting being good enough to film and things like that. So what I'm going to do is the project that I have got in mind for this, I'm going to need a, what I would call a floating pocket. So I'm going to use one of these. Now I just need to decide which one I want to use. Oh, sorry about the back of this. It's obviously had some other things printed on it. Want to decide which one to use. Do I want to use that one or do I want to use this one? I think I'm going to use this one. And this is why I say, you know, it's good to have your plain pages and your pattern pages. Because sometimes, you know, making a decision to use the, you know, the much more decorated pages, it's sometimes really hard to then decide, you know, how to cut into them because you don't want to kind of lose all the images. So this, for instance, here, obviously is, you know, one of the plain pages from the kit. And then you could obviously tear out scenes, you know, to layer on there, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should do that. So yeah, I'm going to do that, I think. So just going to fold this over in half. Now we have made, you know, floating pockets before, but we haven't done what I'm going to make with this, I don't think, together. But I saw this whilst I was on holiday. Now, I have to confess, I've now forgotten whose video it was that inspired me. Let me just check it. Hold on. Okay, I've just checked this out. Now, it's it was a Craft With Me video, and I will try and remember to link this. It's making a tag book, and it was created by, now I don't know how you pronounce this lady's channel. So, the Sheree Collective. Meredith Henning, I think is her name. So hopefully you can see that. I will try and link this below. But it was so fantastic. So I made a couple of them on holiday and I'm going to attempt to make one now with this Christmas kit because, yeah, I just really enjoyed making the ones that I made on holiday. And I thought, well, actually, this kit would, I think, just lend itself really nicely to making 1 or 2 of these. And the other thing is, if I get time, I'm going to make 2, and I'm going to do like a shabby chic version and then a sort of more traditional Christmas coloured version. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see. I might not end up doing that, but that's the plan. So what we want to do is now fold our corners up. Not corners, the what do you call these? The edges down the long side. So I've literally just taken my A4 sheet of paper and I'm just folded it in half in the first place, and now just folding along the long edges on the top and the bottom here, like this. Okay, so, and then I'm going to just squish them down with my scissors, my scissor handle. Oops. Works just as well as a bone folder. Oops. Not making a good job of my folding. Right, okay. So now you've got your folds. What you want to do is, or what I like to do, is unfold them, fold it back over in the middle, and you see here where you've got your folded edge. I like to sort of mitre that in here. Okay, so one there, and then I normally do one, if I remember, at the top as well. And then I go to the opposite side and I do one there, and then one here as well. Now, the reason why we've done it at the top and, you know, in the middle is because when you then fold these in now, we're going to obviously glue them together. When it's now folded up and glued together, if you don't mitre here at the, you know, the open edge, you can sometimes get like this misalignment. And the reason why you get that, obviously, is when you fold the paper, you know, and then you fold it in another direction, it sometimes just moves slightly. So that's why kind of mitering it is, you know, just, yeah, just something kind of handy to do. So, you know, it's not an essential thing, but it's something that if you remember, it can be quite, you know, quite handy to do that. So I'm just now going to glue this down together. Okay, so I just run my glue, and I like to normally glue a sort of bit on the inner edge of the piece and the outer edge, if that makes sense. And you want to do that on obviously both sides. So this flap and the other flap. And then you're going to just put that in together and press that in. Oops, I've just got my wipe here, which looks like it's seen better days, but never mind. Okay, and then you're just going to press that down like that. And that's all there is, obviously, to making your first piece, which is your floating pocket. Now, again, this is my take on that tag book. So if you go over and watch her lovely video, and it was fantastic, mine probably resembles nothing like hers. So yes, I'm just putting that out there. But it's, you know, it's supposed to be my interpretation of it. So yeah, you know, I just kind of put that out there that it probably won't really resemble hers at all. Because she didn't kind of start off like this. She didn't use bits like this or anything else. But yeah, this is my kind of interpretation of it. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of my other decorative pages, and I'm going to just kind of put a piece on here. Now, do I want to go... Oh, this is a tough decision. I'm trying to decide, do I want to kind of have it torn around, or actually cut so that I can have it more like a neat pocket? I think probably from a practical point of view, it's going to be better to actually have it more as a neat, you know, a neat pocket rather than just torn. Because, yeah, if it's torn, I'm not sure how brilliantly that will work as, you know, as a pocket piece. So I just like to then cut along that folded edge like that. And, you know, for me, just folding over, that kind of gives me the guide for the straight line. You're not having to measure or anything. And then if you just cut to that fold, you're going to get something that resembles, you know, a semi-straight line. It doesn't have to be perfect, but, you know, just somewhere that, you know, somewhere in the realms of straight. Now, obviously that's too big as a pocket, so, you know, because we've cut that, or we folded that other bit in. So we just need to cut this down. So I'm just deciding which way I want to go. Do I want to have more of the top showing or more of the bottom? Probably more of the bottom, because obviously that's where I've got lots of my animals and things like that. So I'm just going to take that down there, like that. Okay. And just cut that down. So again, just using that exact same method with the, you know, the fold, and then just cut along that folded edge, although I can see even from here that I have not cut that straight at all. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, saying it helps you cut a straight line. It didn't help me. So, but it sometimes does. Okay, so that's going to be my pocket on my base piece. Now I'm going to try and do this, I think, a bit shabby chic, and so that's why obviously when I first brought the kit along it was piled up with all these beautiful kind of pastel-y laces. So I'm kind of thinking let's put some of these pastel-y laces with this. So I'm quite liking this one, I have to say. I had brought along the pink. I'm not really too sure that the pink actually kind of, yeah, has really got a place in here, but you know me, I just love pink. So yeah, that's why I kind of brought along the pink, but in hindsight, maybe the pink would not really work. Let's just see. Oh, it's so chilly today. I don't know, the pink does kind of work, I have to say. I mean, it takes it in a different direction. Right, let me just cut this down because, yeah, maybe. Oh, or maybe I could have some pages with the pink and some with the beigey, you know, beigey goldy colour. I do like the pink, I have to say. Right, I'm just going to cut this down for a minute. And, you know, like all these things, I mean, I don't mind if that's overhanging and things like that. So, you know, just cut it down roughly. Okay. Now, Christmas, obviously, it's the time for glitter. And unfortunately, I've just realised I don't think I have any glitter. Honestly, my daughter just absolutely loves glitter. So she just nabs it all the time. No sooner do I buy it, as soon as she sees I've got some new glitter, that's it. She takes it. And my favourite, I just like to use the glitter glue. And I know that's kind of like a, you know, a childish craft project. Childish, this is a struggle for me to say. Childish craft product. There we go. But it works fantastically well. So, you know, you don't have then the mess that you get with obviously loose glitter and trying to kind of sprinkle it on and, you know, pour it back into the tub and all of that stuff. So I really like to use just normal, you know, glitter glue as opposed to loose glitter, really. So, yeah, I will probably have to go and buy some glitter, I think, you know, in order to finish this project off. Only because I just think, you know, if you can't do glitter at Christmas, when can you? So, like that. It's really pretty, isn't it? Now, I'm just going to take a bit of the ephemera kit. So, got here obviously all these lovely little bits and pieces. Now I'm thinking what we could do, oh, and I've not now printed this on the other side. So I might have to now stop the video and print this on the other side so that it's not just stark white. But I'm kind of thinking we could have a little flip out from there. So hold on. Right, my printer is now busy printing because I thought, well, actually, whilst I'm doing that, I may as well print, you know, extra. So, you know, extra on the back of things. So it's wearing away. So I do apologise if you can hear that at all. But hopefully it won't be too intrusive. So I'm going to just cut these down. Now, I haven't quite decided actually. So I just need to decide how I'm having these. Because I might decide to leave this piece of edge, if you see what I mean, to tuck it round. So I've got things on the back so that it's not... you know, not plain now. And I'm just going to cut down obviously here. Like that. Okay. Now I'm kind of thinking I would want this going from this side because my lace is this side. Unless I had the lace underneath the pocket. No, I don't like it underneath. I like it on the top. So yeah, it will have to go on this side. And do we want like a threefold here, or we could just have one or two, or yeah, I'm thinking, right, okay, this is going to be tricky, so hopefully leaving a little bit of a border. Oh no, I've failed miserably there. I haven't really left any border, but anyway, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, I've got my piece there. So that's going to be what tucks in, and then obviously if we fold it down along, oh gosh, let me put my glasses on. the light's just literally reflected on where I'm folding it, so it's making it impossible to actually see where that's folding. Okay, right, so we've got that one, and then here we can, yeah, oops, like that. Okay, right, okay, right, just going to cut this edge down. Now obviously, you know, I tried to print borderless, but sometimes the printer kind of like, you know, misses a little bit. So yeah, there was that, but also so it fits when it's folded round. Because what I'm thinking is, oh no, I was going to say we want this deer showing, but actually he's still not going to show, is he? Oh, what a wally. Oh, unless, no. Trying to think how to get him showing. The only way to have him showing, no, that's still not going to work. Oh yeah, is if I actually had it tucked in like that. So we'd have to forego this edge instead, you know, but we could keep this oval section for another project or another, you know, another page. So that's not the end of the world actually. So yeah, I might have it like that, I think. So just going to cut it down here. Oops, like that. And like I say, I mean, that oval piece we can obviously use somewhere else, so I won't throw that in the bin or anything. So we have got this one. Now just squish that down. Oh, so wishing that I had some glitter, because this just is like screaming out for some glitter, isn't it? You know, I'm trying to do shabby chic and trying to do Christmas, and you know, what doesn't say Christmas or shabby chic Christmas more than glitter? Exactly. I should be telling my daughter off again later, saying, why do you take all the glitter as soon as you see it? I mean, that's just a girl thing, isn't it? But yeah, honestly, no sooner does it come in the house, she's taken it. Right, okay, so yeah, I'm thinking kind of something like that. I mean, how beautiful does that look, just, you know, as it is? And if you just try and imagine that, you know, with some glitter around the edge, and I mean, when I'm talking glitter, like I say, I do mean that glitter glue, not the kind of loose glitter. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. Now, I'm not even going to glue things down until I've bought my glitter, because what I will do is kind of pick them up and then I will run the glitter around the edges. Now, I'm not sure I will have it on every edge or whether I will just have it on some edges. But if I glue that down, I'm going to find that, you know, tricky to get in, you know, around the edges. So that's that. Now, do we want to have a flower or anything on there? That might look quite pretty. I've also got my bling trim, and this is the silver bling, which I'm thinking again maybe will be just the right look for this, because you know we're going for shabby chic. So if I just take that and just cut that down a bit. Okay. Oops. Oh, it's so chilly today. Have I already said that? I've probably repeated myself, but yeah, it's so freezing. Well, when I went to the gym, it was 4.5 degrees this morning. And normally, if I go to the gym and, you know, it's saying 4.5 degrees, to be fair, by the time I'm then driving back from the gym, kind of an hour later, it's normally got to about 7.5 degrees. No, this morning it was still 4.5. So it hadn't warmed up at all between, you know, that hour. So I don't know what temperature it was, obviously, then when I, you know, took my daughter to school, you know, because obviously we walked. But yeah, it did not feel any warmer. So I'm thinking it's pretty much stayed at the 4.5, which I know, again, just pathetic, because I know loads of you have it way colder than that. And honestly, I don't know how you cope. Oh, I'm just such a lightweight, absolutely pathetic. But yeah, it felt pretty cold to me. So I've got these lovely flowery trim things. So I'm just going to take one of those, like that. How gorgeous and scrumptious does that look? So pretty, isn't it? And then, you know, if you wanted kind of more, which, you know, I don't even think this really needs any more, but if you did, you could obviously put a, you know, policy closure or something like that here, you wouldn't have to have this open. I mean, not that it's going anywhere. It's not, you know, it's not kind of in the way or moving or anything like that. But if you did want to have something extra, you could always have like here. If I just move that bling down. It's tricky because I'm trying not to obviously glue anything on. So let me just take that down slightly. Oops. Oh, I'm going to have to pop to the shop, aren't I, in a moment and buy the glitter so that I can continue this. So that would be actually really pretty. I mean, I wasn't going to bother with it because I thought, well, it doesn't really need it. It's not, you know, it's not coming open or anything like that. But actually, it does look gorgeous, doesn't it? So, yeah, I think I will go for that myself. And let me just see whether in my brads I might have anything, you know, a bit pretty or special or... I mean, I have got some Christmas brads, but to be honest, they're not going to be in shabby chic colours. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking steer clear from them. Oh, that is going to look gorgeous. So, this is just like a duck egg blue flower. And, yeah, if I just get my pokey tool. Oh, my printer's getting gradually louder, so I do apologise for that. I hope everyone's doing well anyway. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, maybe doing some crafting, having a nice time. Hoping it's not too cold wherever you are. Well, or that it's not too hot, obviously, if you're in somewhere with hot temperatures. Hope you're doing well and just right with whatever weather you're having. Oh, come on. I just can't believe we're actually here doing Christmas things already. I know I say it all the time. I'm just so boring, but honestly, just where does the time go? So yeah, I will have that on there, I think, and then obviously something to wrap around. So let me just have a look in my baker's twine and see what colour is going to be nice for that. So I'm thinking pink would be rather pretty, and obviously that would tie it all in, you know, with the other pink things that I've got going on. So I'm just going to put that there so that when I come back from the shop, I know exactly what I'm gluing on this page. And then I've just spotted, actually, when I went to that drawer, I'd forgotten about this. So I've got these gorgeous, you know, slightly glittery trims. So I think I received these in a Happy Mail. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe this might be very pretty to have somewhere. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? Oh, I'm loving that. Imagine that with the glitter. So either maybe kind of on that edge or, you know, I actually quite liked it down here, to be honest. I've also got that same glittery, you know, ribbony trim in the ivory. So I'll just see. Oh, that's ribbon. Oh, okay. I was thinking, oh, I must have this in the, you know, this ivory, but no, it hasn't got that. But I have got rickrack, so I could always use rickrack on there. Oh my goodness, how pretty does the rickrack look? Yeah, I'm definitely thinking once I've got the glitter, incorporate some of these, you know, these blingy type trims and things on here as well. So yeah, I will come back with the glitter and we will finish this page, or, you know, this piece off. And then whether or not I will come back to do other bits now, I'm not sure. But if I don't, we will definitely revisit this project because I absolutely love it. And yeah, like I say, completely not my idea. I will link the video below. But yeah, I will see you guys in a minute. Right, I am back. Now, I have to say, I don't know what's going on with glitter glue, but honestly, I went to the range and I went to Hobbycraft and nowhere had any other than little tiny bottles like this and in barely any colours. So obviously this is not the, you know, the iridescent that I was hoping to get. This is a kind of iridescent, but as you can see, it's quite purpley. I'm hoping it's going to be more iridescent than purple, if you see what I mean, when I come to use it. So we shall see. If not, then I'm going to have to trawl the internet and see if I can get some from the internet. Honestly, I mean, who knew that iridescent glitter is now out of fashion? Yeah, my daughter obviously doesn't think so. So, and I like a bit of iridescent glitter, or, you know, glitter glue. I'm not even saying iridescent really, but let's just try it out and see what it looks like. Oh, it is quite, well, actually, when you spread it out, it's okay. I probably can get away with that. I mean, yeah, I probably can. So yeah, better than nothing. So also got this pom-pom trim because I'm going to try and do, like I said, another one that's more traditional colours. So we shall see anyway if we manage to do that. So I'm going to take this piece, obviously, that we folded round, and all I'm going to do is just put a bit of the iridescent glitter glue around the edges of there. So I don't necessarily want it everywhere, you know, round every single edge, but definitely around some of them. So we'll just kind of put it around, you know, like I say, just some of those edges. Oh, it's not warmed up at all. It's still very cold out there. So no, I mean, I'm lying. It had warmed up a little bit, but what I'm saying is I was still pretty chilly. So yeah, not great. Right, okay. Yeah, I even asked in Hobbycraft, I said, do you not sell the glitter glue anymore? She said, I honestly don't know, to be honest. You know, she said they didn't have any. And I said, are you not going to carry it anymore? She said, I don't know. So, yeah, who knew? Maybe it is just not the thing to buy anymore. You know, kind of, because at first I thought, well, I wonder if it's turned out that it's kind of, you know, toxic or poisonous, or, you know, there's something kind of bad and they've had to discontinue it for those reasons. Because, you know, sometimes that does happen, doesn't it? And I would have been gutted, but yeah, she hadn't heard anything along those kinds of lines. So, I mean, fingers crossed, we're still going to be able to get it, but it might just be, you know, that we have to order it online or something like that. And, you know, who knows, maybe you don't really like it anyway, but definitely, I mean, I just think it cuts out all that need for the, you know, hassle of using glitter with glue, then trying to get it back into the tub and, you know, all of those kinds of things. So I just find it a really easy method, you know, easy way to add some glitter to your pieces, really, that's, you know, reasonably mess free. Right, so we've got some glitter around that one. Now I'm just going to put some glitter around the actual base piece itself. So again, you know, don't want it everywhere, but just kind of around some of the edges. And then, you know, who knows, I mean, there might end up that we'll have lace and things like that, and they perhaps, you know, perhaps it won't even show, but I'll put it kind of more rather than less for the minute. I didn't do that on the other, you know, the piece that's going to be the pocket, because I know I'm going to have lace down that side. So I didn't bother putting it on that side. But yeah, we'll just put some here. Oh, okay, right. So, and as you can tell, I mean, I've not inked this or anything. I've just gone with the glitter instead. You know, of course you could ink it as well. You know, it's up to you. But because I'm going for kind of shabby chic, I'm thinking more, you know, leave it as it is rather than, you know, make it really dark and sort of grungy, you know, go with more what it is. So I'm just going to dry this off with my heat gun. Now, I have to say, normally the glitter glue dries pretty quickly, so hopefully we're not going to have a long wait for this. But I will just dry it a bit, so like that. Okay. Yeah, it's the first time I've been in the shops since they've had their Christmas craft things. So, of course, then I was, you know, suckered into looking round at the Christmas craft things. And I just thought, what am I doing? Why am I in here looking round this stuff? You know. But, of course, you do, don't you? So, yeah. You know, but I was looking at the ribbons and things and I thought, oh, stop it. But, yes, as you can see, I didn't stop it that much because I bought these pretty bows, which I thought were rather lovely, and I thought would hopefully go with those glittery ribbons that I just kind of dug out before we stopped while I went to the shop. So this here, you know, goes quite nicely with these, doesn't it? So that's what I was, you know, that's what I was thinking. Right, okay. Oh, my glitter glue is still not really dry, so that's a bit annoying. Okay, let me see. No, it's still not really dry on there either. Right, well, let's just get on with this because, you know, I don't want to be obviously wasting your time for ages. So we're just going to get on regardless. So all I'm going to do is obviously glue this little flap onto the side of the pocket. So just take my pocket and glue that straight on like that. Okay. Move that one out of the way. Okie dokie. we go. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then just check that that opens, because I am just terrible for obviously then leaving it closed and then it's glued and then I tear it. So yes, I must not do that. Now, what we want to do, because I had said that we were going to use the baker's twine. So what I need to do is obviously now glue the baker's twine down onto here. So I'm just going to, oops, wind that round a couple of times. And then I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac. And the reason I'm using that as opposed to the tacky glue is just because, you know, hopefully this will dry a little bit quicker than the tacky glue. And the reason I'm not using the hot glue, which I often do for things like this, is just because obviously the hot glue could add a little bit of bulk, which would, you know, just not prevent, but, you know, hinder when you're using the pocket. So I'm just using obviously the Fabri-Tac, and then it will be, you know, as flat as possible. Now what you can do, obviously, if you're concerned at all, is cover that up with a piece of paper. So you could take some book page or something. So I'll just bring some book page in. Okay, and then we can just literally place that down there. Okay. So like that. And that then, you know, it's just going to protect that baker's twine from lifting at all. And obviously keep it, you know, in place a little bit more. So pop that down there like that. You want to press it around your, you know, your string or your baker's twine or something if you're doing something like this. So press that down. And then really you want to emphasize it being pressed down as much as possible on this edge. The reason being is you don't want that, again, causing any kind of like hindrance for when you're using that pocket. So like that. Okay. Okie dokie. So that's good. Just wipe any glue off the desk again. Right, so then we're going to take our piece and we're going to just put that onto the page. Now I feel like I've wiped the glitter off, but I think the glitter is still on there. Yeah, it is. Okay, right. So you're now just going to glue it down onto the page. Again, just going to use my Fabri-Tac, which has now got a weird oozy thing going on. Right. So again, just using this because it's going to be a little bit quicker at drying. So like that. Okie dokie. We can just place that down there like that. Okie dokie. So press that down. Like that. Now obviously, like I say, I haven't really put any glitter on this side because I know that I'm going to be putting my lace there. So, you know, I've left that kind of plain from glitter or glitter free. So I'm just going to run my lace straight down that edge. Now I could do with perhaps trimming that down slightly. I must have put the pocket slightly more over than I had originally thought. Okay, just trim that down. And again, you know, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It's all fine. Because, you know, by the time this is all finished, it's, you know, everything's going to look really super pretty. No one's going to really notice if you've got a non-straight edge. And actually, I mean, in some ways, I think it looks prettier when it's not straight. Who wants to see a bunch of straight lines? Well, maybe you do. But I'll tell myself that straight lines are not the way to go. So I'll just spread my glue and then just, yeah, pop my lace down there like that. Oh, I mean, how pretty is this looking already? Absolutely gorgeous. So like that. Okay, and then I've got my little thingy bob that's obviously going to be my closure. So I just need to glue that on. Now we'll just hot glue that one down. And then, okay, so just get my hot glue. Oops. It's just kind of buried on the desk there. Right, I'm just Okay. It needs to go obviously in line roughly with the baker's twine there. So like that. Okay. So that then wraps around. Oops. I do love using anything to make it sort of more interactive. So any of these, like, you know, policy closures, or, you know, even just tying things in a bow, it just makes it all much more interesting when you look through, doesn't it? So yeah, that looks very pretty. Okay, and then what you want to do is, or, you know, what I'm going to do, you know, but if you're doing something similar, is then, you know, just decorate up. So I'm just going to have that, and then here I've got that gorgeous ribbon sort of trim, that crinkly ribbon, would you call it? Or, I don't know. But I'm going to run that, I think, at a bit of an angle here, because I think that looks really pretty. So again, just going to run a little line of the Fabri-Tac, whoops, just going across there. And, you know, I know that sounds strange, why, you know, why it would be at a line instead of a straight line. I mean, for me, I just think a straight line would look really, you know, really weird here. But, you know, you may prefer the straight line and think it looks better. I mean, it's just all completely, you know, personal preference, isn't it? But I just felt like a straight line would look a little bit uniformy with the rest of the stuff that's going on. So can't even see whether that's actually coming out. No, it wasn't coming out. Okay. So like that. Okay, right. Okay, so like that. And then I'm just going to glue my flower together. Oops. And I know I've said this loads of times, but when you're doing things like this, you know, I try and just always put the petals at odds to each other, if you know what I mean. So they're not kind of just sat on top of each other, because then your flower sort of loses a bit of dimension. But if you put them, you know, at differing directions, would be the word, I suppose, then you get a more full looking flower like that. Okay. And then my flower can go down there. Now, I'm wondering whether that flower could take some glitter as well. The only thing is, I think that sort of bright purpley pink colour would come out a little bit much on the petals. Shall I just try it on this other one? Oh, that's a really nice one. Honestly, what's wrong with me? Why am I wanting to hoard the flowers now? Oh dear. It's not good. Not good. Right, let me try it on the back here, because I'll probably cover the middle up with something anyway. Let's just go around there. We could do glitter, because actually it's looking quite iridescent, isn't it? I hope the camera's even showing this up. I can't really see through the phone whether it is, but to me in the flesh it's showing up nicely. So just going to wipe that off, and yeah, I will just put a little bit of that just probably on the edges a bit. So just kind of, yeah, dab it, smudge it, you know, around those edges a little bit. Okay. Like that. Okay. Oops. Right. I think, honestly, I can't really tell. The light is catching this flower, and so I can't really see whether it's kind of, you know, got glitter in certain places or not. Oh, right, okay. Hopefully it is on there. So yeah, I'm going to put that down like that. Oh my goodness, how pretty is this page looking? Ooh! Oh, do you know, I've just dropped that lid and it's gone straight in the bin. I mean, hello. If I was trying to get it in the bin, of course it would land nowhere near the bin. But because I wasn't, it's gone straight in the bin. You know, and fallen straight down to the bottom beneath all the paper. So yeah, probably never find that again if I even bother trying. So, you know, these bows obviously that I purchased, you know, maybe I could put a bow up there or maybe a bow on here or something. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really need a bow at all, but you know, I just always think more is more. So I may have a bow somewhere, maybe up here. I mean, the bow does look pretty, doesn't it? So let's just, yeah, put the bow on. You know, if we're going all out with glitter and things, we might as well really go all out, mightn't we? And have bows and all sorts of other goodies all over as well. So that's that. Now, just going to see, because I think I've got some coloured flat back pearls here, although maybe I haven't. Right, now I've come to look for them. They seem to have disappeared from here. Maybe I haven't. Let me just check up there. No, I can't see any up there either. Oh, that's annoying. So yeah, maybe I will have, did I cut one of those little daisies? Did I cut one of those earlier? Oh, I nearly forgot the bling as well. So, oh, the flower's still quite wet from the, you know, what do you call it? The glitter. So I'm just going to put a little bit of bling on here as well. Maybe on there, actually. And I've got some other lace, pink lace trim as well. So I'm just going to try this. I mean, this might just be too much, but we will see. So this has got that shaped sort of scalloped edge. I'm just going to cut that off. Okay. Just see if we want this here. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? So I'm just going to cut that down just a fraction here. Okay, and yeah, we'll just have that, I think, on that side. So again, just put that down with the Fabri-Tac. I think I did put one of those daisies in, didn't I, earlier? Obviously, when I moved it to one side. Now I've lost it. Right, and then we just put the bling on there. And the only reason I've moved the bling over to that side, because we were going to have it down there, is just because I maybe will be punching holes in this. So when I kind of do the whole project with you guys, you will see exactly what I mean. Whoops. That's obviously not glued down there yet. But anyway, hopefully you can see where I'm going with that. So let me just see. Can I see? Oh yeah, there's the daisy. So we could have that daisy in the middle of that. Oh my goodness. How yummy is this looking? So I'm just going to, take this, glue this down. Oh, it's not helping because obviously this is very wet with glitter. So every time I touch it, it's like, oh, it's all wet with glitter. And now that flower's going to be in the way, I've just realised when I come to put the holes in. So let me just move this across a bit. This is all poor planning on my part now. Okay. Right, we've put it there. So hopefully that will be okay. And then just quickly glue the pearly centre into there. Okay. Oh, how pretty does that look? Super scrumptious, isn't it? So yeah, that's kind of obviously the shabby chic kind of version. So I will try and obviously finish this. Now, whether or not I finish it, you know, off camera, I'm not sure yet. But like I say, I'm hoping to do something similar, but in, you know, more festive Christmas colours rather than a shabby chic kind of version. But I really hope that you like it. It's really, really pretty, isn't it? And yeah, it just looks really, really cute. So I really hope you guys like it. As I say, the kit obviously is available in my Etsy shop. So I hope that you like the kit. And thank you so much to all those lovely people who have already bought the kit. I really hope that you're loving using it and, you know, enjoying using it. And thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Anne. Bye.